This is kind of an oddball slab and error. At first, I thought that looks like roll crimp damage. It's all the way around the perimeter. Typically, that's what you would think. Most of the time it is. But it being a Silver Eagle, you don't see them being crimped in rolls. So that kind of eliminates that. And then it says authentic, it's not graded. So I did a little bit of research on this coin. So what we're going to do today, we're going to look at the research I did about this error, about this particular coin. Also, we're going to look at value, and we're going to look at this underneath the microscope and examine it a lot closer. My name is Daniel, and you're watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching my latest video. I would like to ask everyone, if you need help from me, please go to my help community and post your images and your questions there. Please don't call the phone or the order phone because I don't have a direct line to me. And here is the help community. The link is in the description of this video and in a pinned comment. Please go there to ask me for help. But I can't look at coins, your descriptions, and try to describe them or give you advice on other sellers or what you did wrong when you submitted coins, things like that. That's over here for the help community, please. So I did some research on this and I found it here. It's sold on eBay, but the listing's gone. It shows the seller. And I found a 2018 graded Mint State 68. They're trying to get $99 out of it, or it sold for $99 over here on Pick. And here is the eBay image where they were selling it. And it says authentic, and it looks very similar to this. I can't read the numbers to know for sure. Let me see if it'll... So someone else has one of these up. So evidently there was a run of these. There must have been a die that struck several of these. So somebody sent them off as a bulk submission. And if they didn't meet a certain grade, then they had them just put authentic on it. So that must be that, or just they just put authentic on it. I'm not really sure what the deal is. So this coin here, it's different looking because, so there's more than one of these. It doesn't make it a variety, though. And although they don't even look the same, this is on the reverse and the obverse. Interesting. Something was going on there. It almost looks like damage. So it's very confusing. It's not. You can tell. It's rounded. That's the thing about struck throughs. It's something that happened during the strike. So it's going to look confusing, but still yet you're going to see that under that kind of pressure, it looks different than it would if someone just gouged this with a roll crimper or another kind of tool, a rotary tool. I came over here and I found another one that was on eBay that they were trying to sell for $99. So it's safe to say this coin's probably worth in the $100 range. It's probably $75, $50 coin. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, let's take a look at this a little bit closer. But before we do that, I just want to say that's how you look up a coin and see how much it's worth, give you an idea. You know, this might have been someone's unicorn at one time. It just doesn't work that way. You got to be realistic with coin values and things like that. There are some strike throughs that'll go for more, but you have to know what it is. Grease is just not. So let's take a look at this. So now we're under the scope here, my microscope, and I use a Elikliv, if that's how you even say it. It's Elikliv. It's a 4K that autofocus, if you need to know what microscope I'm using here. I just don't recommend them because this is the problem. So we see the struck through here, okay? And, you know, it looks different than the rest of the coin, but it's not scratches, it is raised. But your eyes will see it as raised or as incuse. That's the difficult part. But what happens is people see that, and then I'll come over here and see other anomalies on the coin, other little areas, and they'll think they have multiple errors on one coin, which that's not how it works. This coin has a dramatic struck through around the perimeter, and that's it. But there you can see it a little bit better how it's struck through. That's what a struck through coin looks like up close, right there. And that's pretty close. I mean, we're in there, real high magnification on this coin. The areas that are going to fool people are when you start seeing the lines. So there's grease around this coin. This is obviously an issue with the dies at one time. That's a stain right there, no big deal. That's a little area toning. And then you start seeing the lines. That's where it's going to confuse people. But there's going to be, anytime you have a coin with some grease on the die, there's probably going to be some die file lines. Is what happens. Sometimes dies clash, and when they do, you have to remove the clash marks. See above the E there, another part of the struck through, but see, people see that and think there's different errors on it because you're looking underneath the microscope and you're going to see things you don't typically see. Look how the fingers kind of smush out. Almost look like there's something shooting out of the fingers. That's how you know it's a struck through. Scratches will not be this parallel, typically. Now a machine can do it, obviously. And a little bit on the sun there, take a look at it a bit closer. And a lot of people think this is a double die because it looks thicker, but it's not. It's just struck through. Circulation can do that too. So I wanted to show everyone that struck through up close. And know that I do this with all my coins. I look at stuff really close. Graded coins, ungraded coins. I know sometimes grading services don't get everything right. They're not always correct. Sometimes they misattribute something. It doesn't happen all that often, though. Not as often as everybody thinks. They're grading a lot of coins. Tens of thousands of coins a month, all these grading services. And if you think you have a mint error, people ask me this all the time. What should I do with it? I've got a video on that. You can look up my channel. You can click on my channel, the Coin Help You link underneath the video, and go and ask my channel. It's got a search. What you should do if you find a mint error, and it'll tell you. But I'll tell you this, if you do, just send it off. That's the best thing to do. If you send it to ANACS, you can get 10 of your best errors or what you think are errors, and you can send the coins off. Don't be disappointed if they're not errors, though. Because if you're new to this, you don't know. If you have to ask what to do with them, then you're new. You don't know. So don't expect great results. But if you do get great results, share it over the help community. We'd be glad to hear, glad to see it. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.